Hey y'all, welcome back. Today on my bench I have a Marantz 2250B. Came to me from a local friend of mine, wanted some work done to it. A few minor things. He wants the phone jack replaced, phono jack, or the headphone jack, because it's broken, it's missing. And he wanted a tuner alignment, because he feels it's not receiving the way it should. And I kind of tend to agree, because I turned it on and the tuning meters cock wobbled to one side. So let's take a look at this. I have it plugged in. I don't have any speakers right now, but take a look. He's, believe it or not, he's owned this since new, and he bought it brand new. And he's, it shows he cares quite a bit about it. It's really well taken care of. It's not damaged in any way. But he's done a bit of work to it. He's replaced the lamps, and I can see right now that the lamps are all nice and bright and looking good. And on the FM, I turned it to FM, the tuning meter's off to one side, and I got no antenna hooked up, no signal, but we'll get into that. But anyways, let's get started on this and get cracking. Alright, I got the receiver apart far enough so that I can get at the headphone jack. And it looks to me like they tried gluing it back together again, but you know what, that never works. Glue on this plastic. And these are really, the plastic threads, they're really poor design to begin with. You need one that has metal threads and they don't break. Not like these do. So I'll poke around here. I'll figure out which pin is which. The color codes in the service manual are no help. So I'll put this one on. It's basically the same physical size, so it should work good. This is a Switchcraft, so it's quality. It's not Korean or Japanese or Chinese garbage. This is a good brand, a good quality brand. So we'll get this sorted, and it looks like somebody replaced the power switch in here. It's working, but it doesn't look like the original. Anyways, let's get this headphone jack put back into together, and then we'll get on to doing the alignment. So since I had it all, the guts hanging out on the bench here, I decided just to pull the tone board out and clean up the pots and switch. And I tested all these ESR on these caps. They're all good, so I'm not going to change any parts on these boards. I'm just going to give it a good clean, put it back together, and then probably what I'm going to do is hook it up to some speakers and give it a bench test to make sure all the functions, all the systems are working, and then I'll, if there's any problems arise, I'll address them. If there's like a noisy transistor or a bad capacitor, I'll address that and get it sounding its best. And then we'll move on to the tuner alignment, and then we'll finish this up. I'm sure Marcel's anxious to get his baby back into his hands and listen to it again. So we'll get this back together and do some testing, and then we'll move along. Alright, let's give it a test. Got it all wired in for speakers and signal generator. So we're on AM right now.
A couple of weeks ago,
it's lower income Brazilians who want to get plastic surgery.
Another look at this. Is there a different way?
AM's working good. Let's try FM.
very nice.
Service Credit Union.
FM is working. It's just like the tuning meter is off to one side, and I'm not picking up any stereo decoding. So I think a tweak on the tuning or the alignment here will bring that back, I think. it seems like it's got some sensitivity. It's just not. Probably could be a little more sensitive. So I'm just using a chunk of wire here, maybe it's 4 or 3 feet long. But this is messed up. Should be able to. Okay. Phono stage. We got all the shielding off, so we'll expect it to be nothing but a big hum. So there's no weird noises, and there's no transistors crackling and hissing and popping. I think the phono stage is good. I'll feed a signal into it and try it, but here's the auxiliary. We've got a 1 kilohertz tone coming in, and everything seems good. Even though I clean these bass, mid, and treble pots, they're still scratchy. And put deox in them. They're still a little bit scratchy on the ends of the travel. I think this will get a little better as I work it, but you hear a little bit of it right there on the mid-range. So maybe I might have to go back in and do that one again. But everything's working. No issues with any of the amplifiers. Everything sounds clean. So I think we're just going to go ahead with the FM alignment and wrap it up. Alright, so I think I got this dialed in. It took me a couple hours. Some of the adjustments are very sensitive, but I think I got it. And I think it's improved quite a bit. I did the AM first, and I think that brought in quite a bit of sensitivity and selectivity as well. I don't know if it needed it, but I did it anyway. But the FM is much improved as well. It's more receptive, and we're picking up stereo now. So let's just go through the band. Remember, I only got like a chunk of wire for an antenna. And hook a proper antenna up to this thing, and it will sing. Some of these stations are mono. Actually, this one here I think is a all talk station at 90 megahertz, and I think it's just a mono talk station. Tuning meter is working good. Seems to be responding properly to the stations.
It's alone in a sense when I thought of them. I thought, all right, I've seen this.
So the weaker stations we're not getting stereo, but I think, like I said, that'll improve once you hook up an antenna.
Give me one more year to get back.
4则是有面不绝。支持这种观点呢，在安省的比例是最高的。
This one's having trouble. This is actually a weak station. It's a weak station for my area. There we go.
Country 103.9 here.
used to.
So that's pretty much it. AM.
Bring your rights to Colorworks for the highest standard of quality workmanship, freezing rates, and...
Lots of stuff here creating RFI. AM brand's pretty dead.
And retailer of custom window coverings, you get free samples.
Vaccines are coming in a few months.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
So I just Googled it, and it's a type of chemical.
What do you think of Montreal so far?
So AM's working really good. Sensitive. It's picking up some distant stuff. So yeah, I think I got a few more adjustments to make. I got to do the phono preamp. There's a biasing adjustment for that. I want to do that as well. Oh, I still have to bias both power amplifiers, so I'll do that and the phono preamp, and then I'm going to wrap this up and put it back together and call her a day. Well, there it is. It's all back together and finished. I did the DC alignment, the DC bias adjustment for the amplifiers, and to be honest, it was not far out from spec. And the phono amplifier, they were pretty much bang on too. So pretty good condition, considering its age. It was bought in the 70s, brand new, and it hasn't been serviced. Not that I can see before. No catastrophic failures in the power amplifiers or anything has been touched. I think the power switch has been replaced. I think that's about it. And the owner replaced the dial amps. So yeah, it's had minimal work and it's in really good condition. And I did the alignments, and that it's woke up the tuners pretty good. The amplifiers sounding great. This thing's really built well. It's got a good quality build and good quality design too. They put a lot of effort into the design of it. Just from looking at the service manual, you could tell it. They didn't scrimp on anything. They just it was quite an achievement to build something like this. The owner will be happy. I'll give him a call, let him know it's ready to be picked up, and I'm sure he'll be happy to get it back in his hands. So, all right, this is it for this video. Not much to show. I didn't show any of the alignment procedures because I think I've covered it in other videos, and this one was quite involved. It did have a lot of steps. A schematic, you can barely read. Did have a lot of steps going through, and I found it kind of odd that Marantz specify that you go through and align the dial frequencies before you go in and do the IF and other stuff. Well, that's not true for the AM, but for the FM, they have you aligning the oscillator coils and oscillator trimmers so that the pointer on the FM lines up with the scale, and then you go through after and you do all the other alignments for signal strength and intermediate frequency. But it all works in the end. I guess they had a little different method of doing it, which is no big deal. It's just a little different way of doing things. I'm not used to that. But yeah, it was an involved process, and I think it turned out good. So I'll return this, give the owner a call, and I'm sure he'll be happy to see it back. All right, thanks for watching.